One of the assignments in COMTO 10 is the informative speech, and the informative speech is designed to replace a speech that you might have missed. So if you were sick or you weren't able to make it for one of the speeches and you received a 0 on that assignment, then the Inform can replace that. It can also replace any grade on a speech, only one speech though. If you weren't happy with how you did on the toast, then this could replace that grade in the course. So the number of points that the Inform is worth varies greatly because it depends on the speech that it's replacing. So I just wanted to go through some of the basic things about the Inform speech to give you an idea and what the expectations are. The first one is because the speech will not be done in the classroom, it is your requirement to find an audience. And so you will need to find 3 adults who will watch your speech deliver it live. Now, in live, I mean, it can be in person or it can be online. So they could watch you via Zoom, or FaceTime or something like that. So you need to have 3 adults who are going to watch you deliver the speech, and you are going to record this speech. So unlike the demo that allows you to make edits, this speech does not allow you to make edits. We just want to see you deliver the speech in person in front of an audience, just like you would do in the classroom. So the purpose of the Inform speech is to provide information that is new and useful to your audience. And so we have 2 emphasized skills throughout the semester for each speech. And so those are going to be the skills that you are going to be weighted heavy on in your evaluation. So that is audience centeredness, organization, supporting material, and delivery. So what we ask that you do in this assignment, which is a 4 to 6 minute speech, is that you are going to give a current event speech. And by current event, I mean a singular event, not current events at large. Like you're not going to talk about some of the major struggles or things that are going to be happening in the news. Instead, you're going to choose a new or an important or a noteworthy event that has happened in the last 3 months, and you're going to dig into it. You're going to learn a little bit more about it than what we read if we just read the headlines, or if we just kind of read the very beginning part of the story, the first few paragraphs in the news, or we heard a 30-second TikTok on it. So what we are asking you to do is to think about something that is noteworthy or newsworthy. And I think for many of you, I'd like you to think about, like, what are your interests? What are some things that you read about and that you find interesting? So it could be something related to sports. It could be something related to entertainment. It could be something related to international relations. It really depends on you. But my advice is that if you don't know a lot about international relations, then maybe you don't want to dig into something that is going on with Israel and Palestine, because maybe that would be difficult for you because you don't have a basic understanding of the history of the region. So, but you are welcome to learn more about something, and then you're going to educate the audience on this information. So what you're going to do is you're going to find your topic, and then you are going to write a 4 to 6 minute speech. And so you have to be at a minimum 3.5 and at a maximum 6.5. If you are below or above that, you will receive a 10% deduction based on time. Your event does have to be within the last 3 months, and that we ask that you do research. So we ask that you find and orally cite out loud in your speech 4 different sources, and those 4 sources should have been published in the last 2 years. And so you will need to tell us where it was published and when it was published. And so you are welcome to, find information in news sources and magazines and newspapers, on news websites, those sorts of things, as your research component in this assignment. Your speech, just like the others, will be organized with an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. We say that for this speech, you can use either topical organization or chronological organization, and that you will speak from note cards. So when you are ready to submit your assignment, you are going to upload your video to YouTube. You're going to make it either public or unlisted, and then you are going to submit the link to your speech. And you also are going to follow the outline format that is provided for you on Canvas, and that we will and on your outline, you will have your sources, either APA or MLA referenced, so that your lab instructor can be ensured that you have the appropriate citations and that we know where your information came for your ethos. So this speech requires that you record yourself and also record your audience. And so what we ask you to do is in your recording components, we ask that you take your camera, you're going to turn it and show everyone in your audience, and then turn it back on you, deliver the speech. At the completion of your speech, you're going to go back and show the whole audience again, so that we know that your audience stayed. They were there at the beginning of your speech and they were there at the end of your speech, so they watched the entire speech. Again, those cannot be edited, so you can't film your audience, film your speech, go back to your audience. We want to see it in one singular shot, and we don't want it edited for time. We want to see the same way that you would do live speaking in front of an audience. And then you're going to submit your link to your video, and then you also are going to submit your outline with your works cited or your reference sheet as well. The speech is 4 to 6 minutes, and you are looking for a current event. Because this speech is a replacement speech, there is a rubric that I'd encourage you to go through and look at, and to make sure that you have an understanding of the expectations of the assignment. And then your lab instructors will grade those whenever you submit those on Canvas. And then in addition to that, the number or the amount of feedback that the lab instructor will give you will be limited in qualitative comments because it's a replacement speech. But if you want to know more about how you scored, I'm sure that your lab instructor will be happy to meet with you or to chat with you in more detail about more like line by line feedback of the speech. Good luck on the Inform. I think it's a fun assignment that you get to dig into something that you care about that's in the news and that is important, and then convey to your audience why they too should also care about it and why this information is valuable. Thanks. We look forward to seeing these speeches.